Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Saturday, October 7th, and I decided to bring Chanel out. She's getting big. She's turning colors. Her little tail. She's fun. She's enjoying exploring in the house and playing with Chloe. Chloe's not out here today. She's sleeping in my son's room right now. We just woke up from a nap. Well, I didn't. She did. I woke her up. Her mom is still sleeping. She got in late last night. But we just thought we'd pop in and say hello. Oh, yes, you're a sweet girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. She's so sweet. We have a bunch of new subscribers. Well, not a bunch, several. So thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. This channel is on my hobbies, which is cross stitch, a little bit of sewing at some point, maybe eventually some quilting. I watch other people's quilt videos and I get the quilting bug, but I just don't have time to do one more thing. I also like to do paper crafting. I like to make cards and treat boxes and gift tags, things like that. And I do a tiny bit of scrapbooking. I am a little hoarse, or I don't know. We got a Santa Ana event, which here in Southern California, the wind blows in from the desert over the mountains and down into the LA basin. And so my high allergy months are March and October, and pretty much October 1st, I got really congested. Now the kids each have been sick for a couple of times. Well, one was 2 weeks ago. The other one was this last week. He's getting over it. So I don't know if I'm sick or if it's just allergies, but nonetheless, I may have to stop to cough or blow my nose or whatever. Hey. She is just so sweet. I love when she wakes up because she's so calm, not running amok, not chasing anybody. Look at her eyes. They're kind of graying out a little bit, but I think they're going to stay blue, which would be fun. Her paws are huge. I wonder how big she's actually going to get. Oh, baby. Yeah. Yes. So, this is what she does. She grabs your face and gives you kisses. She's a sweetheart. I'm gonna go ahead and put her up because she's also making me very sweaty. So, say goodbye, Chanel. Say goodbye. Okay. I'll be now I've got her back with her mom. Can get going. I'm gonna tilt this up. If you can see, I decorated up there a little bit for Halloween. I put the witch up there, and then today I didn't get in the shower until afternoon because I was pulling out Halloween stuff and decorating the house a little bit. So I brought some stuff out here. I love this little gal right here with her cat bag, and anyways, I'm all decorated. This week, I'm not even sure really what I did this week. I'm looking at my projects that I worked on, and it's not very much. And then I remembered I worked a couple nights on one. I worked on a few nights on another. So, and then I had an evening out. So that took a little bit of stitching time away. But I did make progress. I did bring the temperature chart out because I finished up September and of course started the first week of October, so I'll show you that. When I'm decorating for Halloween, I had made this 2007, 2008, I don't know, it was finished in 2008. But I love them. framed it. It's a very cheap, inexpensive frame. Maybe Michael's or Joann's. We didn't have a Hobby Lobby near me at that point in time, but just a very inexpensive frame, and I hang it in my bookshelf in the house. Halloween time. It's fun. I like it. So I thought I'd bring that out too. I do have a pillow that I cross-stitched, and it's a haunted house, and my mom finished it off in a pillow for me. It's out there somewhere. I don't know if I can actually get to that box, so that might have to wait till another time. But this is just one cross-stitch thing that I have. I did my tier tray, which there were pictures of all the little trays that I did at the beginning of the video. And I realized I don't have many little things for Halloween, which is odd because I thought that I did. So I would like to finish a couple of the jack-o'-lantern cross stitches from Brenda Gervais and finish those into a pillow finish, a small pillow finish that I can tuck in to the tiered tray and that sort of a thing. Let's just get started on whips. Temperature chart cross stitch by Fat Quarter Shop. Excuse me. And I'm stitching this on the called for, which I believe is 25 count Evenweave in Cloud by Lori Holt. Sorry. I always forget to bring out my board. So if it jostled you around, I apologize. But there we go. So this last week, because of the Santa Anas, we've been in the 90s. So these 2 days here, this pink is actually warmer than these two colors here, which is bizarre to me, but whatever. Maybe because that color's more of an orangey coral, a dark coral. We're almost there. Two and a half months. Well, 2 months, 3 weeks. We'll be done, which will be nice. I'm using the called for flosses based on the temperature, what they came up with for the region. I put that I'm in a hot range in the climate. So these are all the colors, and it came in, it's DMC, it came in a floss pack. I bought the floss pack. Whatever I don't use, I'll just obviously put in stash. It'll be great. Floss packs are a really nice way to build your floss stash. These are all the colors that apply to my area at this point in time. I did add a few because honestly, we typically have a couple of days in September, October where we get into the hundreds, and we haven't had that yet. So it's a little odd, but I prepared by increasing the temperature ranges a little bit, and it just never came to fruition. Although it's only the 7th of October, so I guess anything is possible. I worked on the monthly weigh-in in September. I finished the colors of the scale. I still have to fill in with the white. I added the I added the vines and I started the flowers here and here. I added the leaf and some of the vines up here. And I just finished the face with the exception of the fill-in and the bottom support of the scale. So I can actually see, you know, a finish coming close. We'll see. I worked on this one last night. I almost couldn't put it down, and then I looked at the clock and it was like 11. I'm like, yeah, you're not feeling well. You should go to bed. I pulled out the ornaments. I started working on flowers and friends. The September chart from Liz Matthews, Hello from Liz Matthews, her Patreon group. And I started working on that one. I'll show you my progress. It's not much. And my eyes were struggling. I was struggling with the 40 count, so I switched and worked on Autumn Days, and then I worked on this a little bit yesterday too. Let me show you what I got done. Autumn Days ornaments. 12 little fall designs that you finish into the little mini tart pans. And they look really cute. But I made some progress on the apple barrel. And I made some progress on the mushroom and the apple. So what I'm doing is I'm just working a color floss until I use up the whole length on my needle. That's why I've got several of these going. Started the acorn. And worked on the pumpkin pie. So they're coming along nicely. I am using the called for fabric, which is 25 count Lugana in the color Parchment by Lori Holtfer Zweigart. I guess it's an Evenweave, which I think Lugana to me is an Evenweave. And I did go ahead and get the floss pack, so these are the called for flosses. Really pretty, variegated, nice fall colors. And I'm stitching 2 over 1. And then Flowers and Friends by Hello from Liz Matthews. I love this little chart. I think it's so cute. And I'm using the called for flosses. DMC. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And this is how far I got. I added the flowers and I started filling in the house around the flowers, and I just was getting frustrated. I think that little section took me maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I just had to put it down. But it's coming along. It's going to be really pretty when it's done. I don't think that the colors in that bottom line are really showing up well on the camera, but it's really, really pretty. So I did put a few stitches in. Not a whole lot. I put in a couple of nights on my autumn stitching seasons, stitching with the Housewives by Fat Quarter. This is a kit that I subscribe to, comes with the bag and the zipper pull, a card that tells you what's in the kit and its value, and on the back it tells you information on finishing it this way. Finishing fabric, Priscilla's plaids. The fabric, 28 count thin white pine board. Of course, the chart, the called for flosses. And I moved this one along quite a bit. So I finished the house here. I added the pumpkin and this bottom half of the scarecrow, the leaves here, the flowers here, finished autumn, did the shadow, and then when I finished the N equal with the M, and I wasn't really looking at my pattern, and then when I was working down here, I thought, why does it look so funny? And then I looked at the pattern. I still need to extend that end down to frame a little bit better. I almost could see this coming to the end, and I thought if I keep working on it, it's going to be the only thing I work on for the rest of the week, and I didn't want to do that. So it's getting closer. I love this orange color. It is Classic Colorworks Marmalade. I just think it is so pretty. I hope I have another skein of that in my stash. Otherwise, I may need to order 1 or 2 skeins because I think this might be the color that I want to stitch. One of the patterns that I picked up that's it's a small pillow finish and it's a sampler. I don't remember the name of it. I will look it up. I'll list it below if I can remember to do that. But I think this would look really, really pretty, and I want to stitch it on a dark brown fabric that I have. So, coming along. We'll see if I can't get it across the finish line this next week. I'm actually, we have one more season, winter, that's coming with this program. Excuse me. And I'm kind of excited to get that one and get it finished and be done with this program, because I think it's going to free up quite a bit of time to stitch some other things. So I think that'll be nice. I decided I wanted to put some time in on Love One Another. This is by Monticello Stitches. I am stitching this on Colonial Parchment, fabrics by Stephanie, 40 count linen. And I'm using the called for DMCs. Excuse me. Real pretty. Not sure how this lavender is going to work out. This potentially could be switched for something else, but we're going to give it a shot and see. But I'm loving how it's turning out. So I finished the leaf motif. I added this little flower. I added this motif, and I added this. I'm just trying to stitch everything on that one page right now, and then I'll move on to page 2. It seems like that would be an easy way to work through this pattern. And it's not really translating. The picture doesn't do it justice. I don't think that's a really great picture of the finished piece. But when you see this here, or even in person, it's wowza. So I worked on that a couple of nights, and I'm glad that I did. That's really all that I worked on. No haul. Which is weird. I do want to say I did get stitchy mail, my first piece of stitchy mail. This is from Lisa Haley. She was a giveaway winner with the last giveaway, and she sent me a really cute thank you card. So thank you. I have this stuff sent to my husband's work, and he brought it home with some other things that I had ordered. Excuse me, not stitchy related. I'm like, letter? What's this? Thank you. Brighten my day. So I appreciate that. The other thing that I have been thinking about a lot lately is we are fast approaching the end of the year, and I know someone does I don't even remember what it's called, 12 by 12. I don't even remember what it's called. If I figure it out, I'll put it below. But you stitch one thing an hour on Christmas Eve from noon until midnight. So every hour you change a piece. I thought that sounded like fun last year, but I didn't have my stash built up. I didn't have a lot of projects kitted, ready to go. So I quickly pulled things together, and I wound up getting through 7 of the 12 pieces that I had set aside. I think 1 or 2 of them might be finished. Most of them are not. So I've been thinking, because people are starting to talk about this little challenge, and I'd like to do it again. But I don't know if I want to work on all new starts, if I want to work on some whips, or do half and half. I'm just not quite sure where I want to fall in that whole thing. It was a lot of work. I was very tired by the end of the night, even though between lunch and dinner and, you know, laundry or whatever else I was doing that pulled me away from stitching, I still got 7 pieces done. And I think a couple of the times I got started late, so I wound up stitching a little bit longer. So I'm not quite sure how I want to do this. Is anybody else participating in that? Are you going to do 12 new starts? Are you going to do 6 new starts? Are you going to work on whips? Are you going to do a combination? There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong way in doing this. You do what works for you. I'm just curious to see what other people are thinking about, if they're thinking about it at all. So I'm starting to contemplate that, because now that we're in October, it might take me all month to figure out what it is that I want to do. And if I do want to do new starts, I need to make sure that they're kitted and ready to go by early December, so that if I'm waiting for anything, it'll get to me in plenty of time for New Year's Eve. So I just would love your thoughts. What do you think? Moving on to who I am watching. This week I didn't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I mean, I felt like I watched YouTube every day. I typically will watch YouTube on my iPad when I go to bed. And I can usually get through most of a video before I fall asleep. Not this week. I think I laid down and within 5 minutes I'm out. So I also watch when I'm getting ready for work in the morning. So I didn't get a lot of watching done. But I am watching some people. I want to mention Lindy Stitches. Stephanie, that's her company, Lindy Stitches, her Flosstube, and she is actually doing the Jingle Ball. Last year was her first Jingle Ball, and it is a virtual retreat or set of classes or stitchy time. I think it's December 1, 2, and 3. Don't hold me to that. I could be wrong on those dates. Anyways, she started giving details. I think it's $10 to join, and then you can do classes. And then the classes are based on if you want a PDF or if you want a kit, that kind of a thing. So different price points. There's 2 classes that I'm kind of looking at, and I'm just debating. I have to look at my calendar. I have to make sure that I can schedule time to be doing that instead of, you know, cleaning the bathrooms or have to run an errand, things like that. So I'm gonna put some time in and think about that. Think if I can participate, what I want to participate in, what I want to do with it, and go from there. So if you haven't checked her out, or if you want information on the Jingle Ball, it's out. So go check it out. The other one that I started watching this week is Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher. Just the name of her YouTube channel alone is hilarious, and she's funny, and she's working on some really great projects. So if you get a moment, I would love for you to go check her out. And then the last one that I stumbled across, her name is Brianna Lentz, Lentz. All of these will be linked in the description box below. But what she did is a fall chart video, the top 50 charts. And I think what she did is she went on to Etsy and different places that sell cross stitch charts, and she took the most popular charts that have been purchased and did the top 50 of them. So you're going to see a lot of charts coming through on this last video. Some of them are great. Some of them I've seen before. Some of them I have. Some of them I've never seen. And I've been taking, like, I do screenshots instead of writing things down. I'll do a screenshot of a pattern. So if you are interested and you want a couple of new fall stitches, or just to see, you know, what's out there, check her out because she's fun too. I think that is it for me. Short video today. You know, just how it goes. Some weeks you have a lot of stitching, some weeks you don't. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. If you're new and you have not done so already, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I upload new content. Make sure that you like the video, share the video, comment on the video. I love to read the comments. I think they're fun. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate you, and I appreciate the little community that we are growing here in all of the floss tubes. Everybody is so positive, and I will go through and comment on videos myself and read some of the comments that are made on other people's videos. And it's such a nice community because everybody is so positive and uplifting and helpful and willing to share information. It's just the highlight of my day every single day. It's what I look forward to. It's what I think about when I'm at work. It's what I look forward to when I come home. It's the first thing I want to do when I get home. So so thank you for that. And I think that that's it. Have a great rest of the weekend. Have a great week. I hope you get lots of stitching in. I hope whatever your weather is doing, it will calm down. This next week, we're going to be dipping down into the low to mid 70s, which is more normal for us in October, I suppose. But, you know, I'm sure this will not be gone by then. Anyways, that's it for me. Have a great week. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye.